ladies and gentlemen. We are the Millie Goats. This is episode 340. It is December 7th. It is 2025. Let us be the first to wish you and yours a happy National Cotton Candy Day. We have got the Texans and we have got the Chiefs live, so you'll be hearing us yell and scream about that game. But I'm A.K. J-Vice here. Tex is on his way. Edge is on his way. We have got an absolutely slammed episode of football superiority. I mean, with yesterday's games, with today's games, it's hard to, if you're somebody who doesn't watch football, we feel bad for you because arguing about football is the best part about football.
Yes.
Watching it.
And I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few arguments on this show.
Oh, I'm glad I sent the bracket out to the committee because they corrected me. I didn't even look at the top four. I went straight to the bottom, was just shuffling things in and out via the committee and got called on a few things. And
well, the committee just does what it thinks in his mind wants to do and doesn't take anything else into consideration. He just has these hard points that he wants to hammer on, right or wrong, and he doesn't look at the outside picture.
Excuse me for wanting to have principles and foundations to operate.
He's in a tunnel. The committee is in a tunnel, and he doesn't see any of the outside noise.
A tunnel of virtue and a tunnel of consistency.
A tunnel of red.
No, a tunnel of protocol. How do you know when you go to your doctor and that you trust what they're going to do with you? Because they have protocols that when you tell them something and you present with things, they can refer back to a set standard of data that they could say, with the information given, I believe this. That's all we're trying to do here at the committee to rank football teams, saying,
I agree with that. But, sometimes doctors get it wrong. And sometimes doctors need to learn of a new way to see something. They're like, oh, I could have used this medicine if I would have saw it that way. But you don't see it that way because you're like, this is what this says.
You're going for medicine. That's your problem.
You're like, so like when we would have basketball practice and we would run plays and my dad was a coach, but he would say, all right, you're going to come here, you're going to set this screen, and then you're going to do this. And so we would practice that on air. You go set this screen. The person does this. Well, when it comes to the game, that person that goes and sets that screen, they go to that one spot because that's what the protocol, that's what the thing that they were told to do is they go to that one spot to set the screen. Well, the guy they're supposed to set the screen on isn't there, and they don't adapt to that situation. You got to be able to adapt, and you're not adapting.
But the principle is there. The principle is there. That you go to that spot, that you look for that. You're there. You can trust, your teammates will trust that you will be there because they're going to be moving too. Not do whatever you want, and then we'll get a whole bunch of people to look at the film differently and be like, no, that was this guy's fault. No, I saw it this way. No. He was supposed to be here. Well, this guy was supposed to be there. No. Be consistent. That's all I'm saying.
Look, we can go ahead and get into it if you want, or we can sit here and talk about hypotheticals. And
that's what you want. You're an SEC guy. You want hypotheticals. You live on.
I'm the one kicking Bama out. I'm the one kicking Bama out, and you're like, let's put Bama in. They deserve to be in.
For whomst? For whose?
Well, we didn't get that far. You're still trying to fight for Bama to be in there.
I don't want Bama in there, but I'm sitting here.
You obviously did. You put them in there.
Have principles. It could have been Mizzou. It could have been anybody. Oh my gosh, dude. So we are going to.
I wish the Niners would have played.
Oh, dude. No, you don't. The Niners won. Actually, I did rearrange it because I want to save the hottest topic in football right now. Like normally what we do, folks, if you're new to this show, now also shout out to everybody who's listening to the show and shout out to everybody who's yelling. I can't keep up with all the comments from Facebook, from Instagram, from YouTube. I'm talking hundreds. I just can't do it. So what I do is I just make reaction videos to the comments, and hopefully the people that wrote the comments come back and realize that we're just like, I can't, it's very tough to keep up with every single comment. So just know, if you made a comment and you're listening to us now, I'm trying. We are trying, but look, we were doing peanut butter balls this weekend. I made cookie dough. We went to a Christmas light show. Hey, let's go. said nobody's commenting, just me, but I'm not griefer. I'm talking about on the shorts and all those videos. There's a lot of, but anyways. So normally what we do is we get on this show and we yell about our teams. But the premium topic at hand in the football landscape today was the College Football Playoff Committee. They dropped the 12-team playoff. And I think that's where we have to go first, correct?
Yeah.
I think we'll get to our teams after the fact, but also we're going to talk. We're going to recap the speak, by the way. Shout out your boys right now. Can we shout out us on our show?
Yeah.
We are on a pick'em heater.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, from college football yesterday or Friday all the way through today. J Bones and I last night, we did the pick'em show for the NFL. 10-2 so far. 10-2 through 12 games. The Chiefs suck. They're dead. But the worst we could be.
But I picked this one. You guys didn't consult me.
We should have. You know what? You know what we need to do? And I'm going to tell J Bones this. We're going to phone you in when we get to the Chiefs game. We're just going to phone you in.
Look,
we need an impartial.
We've been talking about this for years though. Like the Chiefs never cover.
They don't.
And think about who they're playing this week.
But
they're playing the Texans.
The minute you get, I know, and they're getting their teeth kicked in on.
I know, and I'm not betting against the Texans right now. They're playing one of the best footballs in the NFL.
That defense is scary.
Yes.
So anyway, we're going to talk about our teams. We're going to talk about NFL Week 14 at the end. We're going to go in chronological order. We're going to do college football first. We're going to talk about the playoff first, then the games, then our pick'ems, and on college football pick'ems heater. 7-2 this week. We'll get to that. So we got a whole bunch of stuff we got to get to. Thank you everybody for.
We need to start beating our chest.
Hey, we got it. Carla's here. Hello, Carla. Thank you for tuning in. B. McCormick is here as always. And if you're listening to the podcast, thank you. Like, subscribe, download, all that stuff. And we'll be screaming at virtual audience the entire night. And also shout out to our headline sponsor, literally headline sponsor, Howdy Hats at howdy.hats.enc on Instagram. They make our beautiful rope hats. Get them for Christmas. And if you get them, they'll be there by Valentine's Day probably because it's up to me to get them in the mail.
Oh, Chiefs are playing bad. Let's get Taylor Swift on the screen.
Oh, no. So, shout out Howdy Hats. All right. So first we're going to go. You know what? Let's play the salute music because let's salute college football.
Okay.
Yep. Before we get to the actual graphic, this is an epic illustration of what the college football playoff was. Conference championship weekend was like. We're going to go over those details in a little bit. We have the meme of the fight that's going on. One person's on top of another person, and the person is laying behind him in the grass, taking pictures. That's Miami and Notre Dame, and then Georgia and Texas Tech are the person on top, and the person getting beat up is BYU and Alabama. I think it's an accurate depiction of what happened. So, shout out to us, memes. So, before we – good gosh, that's really bright. Friday night it started. We have the propaganda machine is out of control, right? So, you start Friday night, and here's ESPN's there he is. Here's ESPN's best chance to make it playoff predictor presented by Allstate. They had Ohio State. They have all these teams at 99. Everybody through Alabama is 96%. Then you had Tulane. Notre Dame was at 59. Virginia 55. Duke less than 1. Miami 11. And so they're, BYU at 34. They're doing they're doing all their stuff to try to get, set the tone, so to speak, right? Don't question the SEC. Oklahoma's ranked 8th. Alabama 9. 5 SEC teams in, even though their champion got beat by 4, their number 1 seed got beat by 4 scores by the second place SEC team and so on and so forth. So they started that propaganda. Then they finally put BYU in the graphic with resumes this season, which BYU is comparable to Alabama, Notre Dame, Miami. Now they're 2-2 against top 25 teams. So they're yelling about that. Then after the games, they put up the at-large candidates. BYU is not even on the radar. Okay, so we got the 5 highest ranked conference champions at that point, and they just basically said BYU lost that game. They had a less than 1% chance. And here's their principles that they got to distinguish among comparable teams. They were using strength of schedule, head-to-head, comparative outcomes among common opponents without incentivizing margin of victory. So running the score up means nothing, apparently. Unavailability of key players and coaches that may have affected past performance or likely to affect postseason performance. On this stupid list of principles, nowhere is conference championships. That is, how could...
It's because they're trying to do away with conference championships.
That about gave me an aneurysm just looking at that. How do you have an entire weekend devoted to playing conference championship football and not even have it in your criteria to make the playoff? What? Why even have the conference championship weekend? They're never going to get rid of it. People are like, do away with it. They won't get rid of that. It's too much money.
They're trying to, though. They're trying to.
They want it because they want it all there. They want their.
I don't know how they're making money. I mean, the ACC conference championship game was half full.
Yeah, that was.
Dude, if it was half.
Yeah. I mean, that was pathetic.
Yeah. But if they take away the conference championship, then no one can argue about Alabama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M getting in.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I want the FCS
and Notre Dame gets in.
Yeah.
I want at this point the FCS model's way to go. But you have in the FCS, they all play their conference games. Like you play 8 or 9 conference games, and the conference winners get in. But they've made the stupid conferences so huge that you can't really do that anymore.
FCS is kind of all. They're all on the same level, though. Like,
oh, here he goes.
For example, Apps only gets $3 million for NIL. Texas Tech has $100 million. That's not the same playing level.
Yeah, but you're talking about the Power 4 conferences here, though. Like
that's what I'm saying, though. Is like why you can't do just the FCS because all the FCS is on the same playing level. All FBS is not on the same playing level, so you can't just include all of FBS.
But 10 or 11 of the 12 teams are going to be operating on the same playing field, which is...
Yes, but I'm saying if you want to include the group of 5, then you have to say they're all playing on the same... If you just want to do a Power 4 playoff and then do a group of 5 playoff, like that, then you can model it like the FCS. You can't model FBS like the FCS with 2 different scales of money being generated.
They would have to redo the whole, top 12 getting in period if they do want to fix it, because right now you can have number 1 and number 2 in your conference still get in. So what's the point of having a conference championship?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Conference
you can have top 5 in your conference get in apparently.
Yeah. You could be number 6 in your conference and get in. Shout out Oklahoma.
I mean, only reason Miami got in was they were throwing ACC a bone.
Yeah.
The only reason Miami got in.
Yeah.
If Virginia would have won that game, Miami wouldn't have gotten in.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, Duke still deserves the right to sit there, though. And, I heard this argument all week because me and my brother-in-law got into a very heated discussion about this, is that, they always think that the SEC is the biggest and greatest, right? And I would make them eat crow, kind of like what AK said earlier on the last show is, you win your conference, you're in. If you don't win your conference, you're not in the dance. And they're going to say, well, SEC is bigger and better and got more talent and all this. So like, well, it's not my fault you chose to go switch conference to go there. Think about the cakewalk you would have had if you stayed in the Big 12. It's your fault. You wanted to go. You wanted to chase that TV money.
I don't think Texas or Oklahoma beats Texas Tech this year.
Texas Tech, dude, we're going to get to that. That defense is...
But it turns around and levels everybody back out, so it breaks up the stronghold that the SEC has and where they're constantly dominating people, so to speak, where if you win your conference, you're in. If you don't win your conference, sorry about you.
But they're not like the beauty of it is
give the G5 schools more seeds to get in.
But the thing is that we watched conference championship weekend And now that the new landscape of college football is, win your conference and you're in, we've got 3 out of the 4 Power 4 teams that haven't won a conference championship in like 80 years. Yeah. Indiana hasn't won one in like 60 years. Duke hasn't won one in like 60 years. Texas Tech hasn't won one in like 80 years. So we've got all this parity, which is incredible as if you're a fan, because you're like, wow, this is great. Indiana can make it. Texas Tech can make it. And the people that are running the show are like, Notre Dame's not in it. We got to redo the whole thing. Oh, my God.
I'm glad Notre Dame's not in it. I'm glad.
And now they're not playing a bowl game either.
We got Tulane and JMU and Indiana. Everybody that's used to the way things used to be is like, we got to get this fixed. So I don't.
Does Notre Dame pick a conference next year?
No.
Well, here's why.
Unless the football committee, enforces if you're in a conference.
There's nothing on the conference championships for what they used as their principles.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, unless the committee actually sits there and says, if you win your conference championship, you're in regardless. Notre Dame probably would consider to join a conference then.
No, they're not. What's the point?
And hopefully they join the Big Ten, not the ACC.
Made it so.
If they join a conference, they have to get rid of their TV deal with NBC.
Okay, sure, that's bringing in millions right now.
Yeah.
Friday KC says you'd have to get rid of most P4 schools with that logic, J-Vi. And he says join a conference, Indy, and stop beating up on Service Academy. There you go. Now, before we get into the actual bracket, we have to go back at the committee's prediction. Okay.
Wow.
We had Tulane. Shout out us. Texas, Illinois. We had Texas Tech in. We had Georgia Tech. Screw you, Georgia Tech. We had Notre Dame. We had Texas A&M. We had Ohio State.
You had Penn State getting the bye.
I know. Buddy. And our top 4 seeds were Oregon, Georgia, Penn State, Clemson. So we got 2 of those. 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 out of 12. That's not bad.
Hey, 50%.
50%?
Flip a coin.
Now. It's not my fault Texas and Clemson stink.
And Illinois.
Notre Dame stinks.
Notre Dame's terrible. Penn State's terrible. We said, the committee didn't pick this. I can tell you that.
I told you Notre Dame. I told you Penn State wasn't making it.
Yeah, Penn State was terrible and Notre Dame's terrible.
I should have been rooting for Notre Dame to get in there so that this could have been 6 out of 12. Wait, yeah, we're not 50%. We only have 5. Dang. Georgia Tech let me down. I was all in on Georgia Tech.
And Illinois.
So, but Illinois too, yeah. That one. The Ohio State game, when I watched them play Ohio State, I was like, that one's over, buddy.
Yeah.
That one's done. So, hey, accountability, though. Shout out us. Here's the actual playoff. Here we go.
Sickening.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 12-team college football playoff. Number 1, Indiana. That is wild. Thank you, NIL. Thank you, college football parity.
They are the best team in the country right now.
Oh, my gosh, that defense, dude. Oh, whew. Man, they got some dogs. Then we got Ohio State. They're number 2. Number 3 is Georgia, SEC champ. Number 4 is Texas Tech. I think you can't argue that top 4. Okay?
No, I think those are the best 4 teams in the country. Ohio State should be 4 to me, though.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Texas Tech, Georgia's a flip-flop, but Indiana is the best team in the country. Ohio State's 4.
Yeah.
I mean, Indiana should have won by more than 3 points.
Yeah.
To me, they bullied Ohio State more than Ohio State bullied them.
Pure deep, dude. That defense, holy cow, man. Number 5 is Oregon. Number 6 is Ole Miss. Number 7 is Texas A&M. 8 is Oklahoma. 9 is Alabama. 10 is Miami. 11 is Tulane. 12, James Madison. So we get 2 group of 5 teams in there. First team out, Notre Dame. Second team, I love how they put them on there like, hey, you were almost in. Notre Dame and BYU first teams out. Initial thoughts of 5 through 12, Edge.
Well, I'm glad that Notre Dame or BYU isn't in there because they don't deserve to be.
Bite your tongue, buddy. bite your tongue. You're not going to sit here and besmirch BYU
I'm gonna say it.
on the
I'm gonna
show.
say it in my chest, yeah, because you were the only one on the show rooting for BYU, and me and J were over there scratching our eyes like, I don't believe this is right. But you're the one putting the slideshow together. They're motivators, so go ahead and walk it. I also don't believe that Alabama should be on there, since they just got their teeth kicked in the SEC championship and looked embarrassing. I mean, Georgia did whatever they wanted to do, whenever they wanted to do it, however they wanted to do it.
Negative yards rushing.
Yeah, and that was my next point. They had negative 3 yards rushing the entire game. So, therefore, Alabama, and what you just showed on the slide for the the strength of schedule and also how many points they win by. I would also go ahead and say how many points you lose a game by would also boot you out of the standings as well. So Alabama, see you later. It's been fun. And then you could put a Duke in there. I mean, everybody's going to say that it's a cakewalk game for an ACC championship, whether it's Virginia or Duke to be in there. But at the end of the day, I really don't care because they won their conference championship. You can consider it a bye. I don't care, but they won their conference championship. Put them in the dance. Miami, I'm not 100% sold on Miami. Miami's going to get walked on.
They got hosed last year, and so the committee's making it up to them.
So did Florida State.
I just think they had to put an ACC team in there.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the point of having conferences at all if you don't have one from each?
The committee was glad that Virginia lost.
Oh yeah,
better believe it. He said Miami had more rushing yards than Alabama this week.
Yeah,
we did. I did. This whole all right, J-Vi, what's your initial thoughts of this 5 through 9, 5 through 12? Sorry,
I agree with Edge. The problem is I don't know. I guess. To me, 12 was just too many this year. I would have been fine with just the 4.
Oh, my God.
That's all I needed this year is just the 4. But look.
That's where you're going with this?
Alabama does not deserve to be in there. The 3 of their last Power 4 games, they lost 2 of them. They should have lost to Auburn.
Yes.
But the problem is I can't tell you who else to put in there.
BYU.
I'm not sold on BYU. The way that they played in their last outing, I'm not sold on them.
You're judging them by playing Texas Tech, who might arguably be the best team in the country.
Yes, I am.
I think Texas Tech is one of the best.
But I'm going to put a team in there that I think that can win. And they've showed me twice that they can't get past one of the teams that are in there. So
tell him, AKC. You tell him. This man's over here saying, I don't want more.
I'm also disappointed in Jags State. They blew my parlay. So we can be disappointed in each other.
I really don't want to see an Alabama-Oklahoma game.
We've already seen it.
We saw it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
What I'm saying. Why do we want to see it in the playoff? I would rather see a Texas A&M versus Oregon, or somebody like that. I mean, Alabama, dude, they are completely exposed now, and they might as well go ahead and sit at home.
No,
Notre Dame does not deserve a spot.
Notre Dame does not deserve a spot. I'm sorry. They don't.
No.
They lost their 2 toughest games and then beat a whole bunch of nobodies. You beat them by 50, but they clearly, you see it right here, what they said, not that graphic. You don't see it right here because the committee was drunk or something. But comparative outcomes among common opponents without incentivizing margin of victory, meaning just because Notre Dame beat them by 50, the committee didn't care. So, but first of all, nice job, ESPN. Okay. You think that we don't realize what you did on ESPN this weekend? You think ESPN, we didn't see it? That you put the SEC championship at 4:00 when the Big 12 played the same time as the MAC on ESPN and ABC. When
you see what the SEC network did?
You had all of the FCS playoff games. They ended by 4:32. So the only football game you had on from 4 to 7 was, I'm talking all levels, D2, D3, FCS, all of them. The junior college game was on during the SEC championship, but that was it. The SEC game, and then those stupid altcasts with Bussin' with the Boys. So the ESPN knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. So
the
nice
ACC
try.
network on one of the days on continued loop played Miami Notre Dame game.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, they were working this so freaking hard to distract you from the fact, to distract everybody from the fact, and not let anybody debate the fact that there's Georgia, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, and Alabama. 5 SEC teams, and their commissioner got up there and said there should have been 7 in there. That's like everybody's yelling about James Madison, about Tulane, about Miami, Notre Dame, and BYU, and the SEC is just sitting there with however many teams they want to stick in there.
Who would be the next one? Arkansas, Mizzou,
I mean,
Tennessee,
Vandy or Texas.
I mean,
I would rather see Vandy than Alabama.
Yeah, I agree with that. But my thing is, no, B. McCormick, get him out of here. Oh yeah, you guys see, McAfee came out with a song, even though we already did a song, so did like 2 years ago. But he's so innovative. Anyways, I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. But it's ridiculous that
let's pick our bracket real quick since we're already got this
I
pulled
just
up.
think like the way it is this year is like trying to find that second team to play in the ACC championship. It's like if you do the metrics by this, then one team gets in. If you do the metrics by this, another team gets in. If you do the metrics this way, the third team should get in. It's just like there's too many.
It's almost like you need some sort of protocol or pillars or consistency or virtue or something like somebody was saying at the beginning of the show, where you have certain criteria you have to meet before you can get into the subjective part of the debate. Crazy.
Okay, yeah. Doctor, thanks for that thesis. How about just put it on the field and play? How about that?
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, but if you do the principle for this one, then this person gets in. If you do the principle for that one, that person. So there's not a set of principles that can get in.
That's what I'm saying. First things first, win your conference. If you don't win or play in your conference title
game, put Duke in there. Put Duke in there.
You know what?
Absolutely.
You know what? I agree.
Put Western Michigan in there. They're one of the hottest teams in football right now. They've won like 8 games in a row.
Shout out Coach Lance. There you go. Thank you. Win your bleeping conference. How about that? Start there.
Elfing.
If you don't win your conference, you don't get to be on the table here. You don't get to be in the whatever that thing, lottery ball thing.
I bet if they were like, you got to win your conference to get into the playoffs. You know who Notre Dame would call?
Big Ten.
No, they would either call the MAC or they would call the Pac-12. They would call a conference that they could easily win.
Yeah.
Because people are going to watch them. People are going to watch them wherever they play. They don't need to play in the Big Ten or the SEC.
That's right.
To get money.
Hey, preach on it. Guess what? Though they win their conference. I'm proud of them.
Great proximity. And they can get in as a 12 seed. Great proximity for the MAC too. But
I mean,
that's what everybody's.
If you do away with the cupcake games throughout the season, like we talked about, and play everybody in your conference, I'm good with you eliminating the conference championship, because then this season dictates itself. Whoever comes out on top, bam, you're the regular season champion. Now let's go straight into the playoffs. I'm good with that.
Turn that conference championship week into wild card week, or
I agree.
They'll call it something different. But
he said it's called the Sig 10 now. You're right, dude. Signetti's got them rolling, baby. Got them rolling. But again, I mean, their whole ploy is to get rid of conference championship. They don't want the conferences to matter. That's their whole thing. Is this is stupid? You know, James Madison, we got to get the 12 best teams in there. That's what everybody always says. Hey, scroll Twitter and everybody just says we need the best 12 teams in, not the most deserving, not the auto bids. We got to get rid of that. We got to get the 12 best teams. According to who? Your criteria versus somebody else's criteria? Your eye test versus somebody else's eye test? No. You have to start somewhere where you can say, did you win your conference? Have you completed the bare minimum of tasks where you are considered at least a good team within a subset of teams? Then we can grade you upon other teams that have similar circumstances. If it's just rate them on game control and strength of schedule, then the rankings dictate everything. And you can't have that because there's too much human error in the rankings. Because there's too much bias. Because there's too much money. And that's why they're all freaking out. They were puking all over themselves. Enter the Family Guy scene where they take the Ipecac and they're like, too late. Oh my God, we got to put James Madison in. These are the criteria we set. So get over it. Unbelievable.
James Madison's their team should have been. If I was the coach of that team, I would have bought every single player a ticket to that game because it wasn't sold out, obviously. And we would have been there cheering for Duke because they are the James Madison Dukes.
Yep.
And then when Duke won, my team would have gone on the field and celebrated with them.
There you go. AKA for college football commission, Josh Pate can say. Exactly. Josh Pate's bought and paid for, man.
No, we do not need AK, the commissioner of anything.
Has he watched any? Has he seen any of your committee's playoff?
Like all these slideshows is the committee met, and there's no committee other than him and his little dining room table over there. Yeah.
So
all right. So who you got right now between James Madison and Oregon?
You asking him cover or straight up?
Straight up. Who's gonna win?
On, you got
who's gonna win who's gonna win and go face Texas Tech?
Oregon.
I believe that's right. And I think Texas Tech is gonna beat the dog pants off of Oregon.
I think so too.
I
think Oklahoma routs him again.
Oklahoma beats Alabama. Indiana is probably gonna beat Oklahoma.
Look at all that burgundy and red, dude. I mean, you guys are blaming me for having an affinity for red. Look at all that. We could have an all burgundy quarterfinals.
Ole Miss, I don't know if they're going to beat Tulane. I want Ole Miss to win just because of Lane Kiffin's going to be in his couch crying that he doesn't have a ring still. So Ole Miss goes to Georgia. Ole Miss ain't winning that game. Georgia's going to walk the dog on that one,
especially without Kiffin.
Yeah, Miami, Texas A&M. Texas A&M is going to
common opponent between Notre Dame. We'll get to see who gets into the playoff. Notre Dame or Miami.
Texas A&M will. That's a good game between them and Ohio State. I don't know about that one yet.
Ohio State.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's gonna be Texas Tech versus Indiana, Georgia versus Ohio State.
Ohio State versus Georgia. Yeah, and Indiana versus.
Which I hate that Texas Tech, Indiana have to play.
Yeah, that's why we needed Ohio State at 4. We needed the rematch of in the semifinals for the Big Ten.
Yeah,
I'd be okay. The Indiana
maybe that's what the committee's doing. They saw that matchup and like, no, and that's how come they moved them. They moved them number 2.
If that's the semifinal matchup, Texas Tech versus Indiana, defense, baby. Like 3 of the best defenses in the country are going to be in the semifinals, possibly.
That game's going to be an Oklahoma drill as a game.
Yes.
Like those dudes are going to hit each other.
God, dude, the first hit in the Indiana game, I thought Mendoza was dead.
Yeah.
That dude hit him
Mendoza
hard.
Just never needs to give another interview in his life.
Dude, he gave an interview with a concussion. Like he barely put a sentence together. What are you talking about?
He was like Kirk Cousins almost, but on cocaine.
Would y'all put Texas Tech over Indiana to win it and go face Georgia?
I think the winner of that game probably wins the national championship.
Yeah, I don't trust Texas Tech's offense enough, especially against Indiana's defense. So
I don't know. Texas Tech's a tough team.
They're good.
You know what? We'll do a bracket and a bowl thing. We'll try to get that out this week.
I would say whoever wins that game though is going to win a natty. Because you either got Georgia or Ohio State after that, and that's feasible for either one of those teams.
The only way it doesn't happen is if somebody gets hurt in that game because they're hitting so hard.
But what's ironic about this, though, is we literally just said that the first round is complete BS. That the quarterfinals, those. That's
what I told you. I'd have been fine with 4 this year.
Get
those teams. We just said that, though. We just said that. We literally just did our bracket.
Said,
if you're looking at me and you're predicting that Texas Tech, Indiana, Georgia, and Ohio State are all in the semifinals, then you're basically telling me I'd have been fine with 4 this year because that's who's going to be playing in the.
I want to watch these games. I want to watch these playoff games.
You can watch them as bowl games. You don't have to watch them as playoff games. Just
don't bowl season my playoff, buddy.
Do you believe with your football heart that James Madison has a chance to beat Oregon and beat Texas Tech and be a Cinderella team?
No.
Do you believe in your heart that Tulane is going to beat Ole Miss and go to Georgia and put up?
I think that one's feasible. I think them beating Ole Miss is feasible. Didn't they beat them a couple years ago?
They almost.
Yeah, I mean they beat them, but they got smoked this year. They already played them. We have 2 rematches that we've already seen.
Yeah, but they don't have Kiffin now.
Yeah, but the committee should have thought of that and been like, you know what, we're going to put Oklahoma at 6 and Ole Miss at 8. I don't want to, you know.
Or look, drop Bama to 12. If you want to keep Bama in there, drop them to 12.
Agreed. They
Like,
shouldn't even be in there.
Dude, Oregon, Alabama in the far. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
buddy.
Give it to me.
Let's go. Tex, what's your thoughts? We haven't heard anything about your thoughts on this. Come on, give us your synopsis of the.
I'm okay with this bracket.
Okay.
I feel like
mute your mics for the rest of the show.
I just feel like there's nothing else we could have asked for. That's two of the other group of 5 conferences got in there. Notre Dame's not in there. They didn't. Everybody was debating that. Do they deserve to be in? No. They didn't win their conference. They don't have a conference. Texas didn't deserve to be in there.
Oh, wow.
Miami.
I think you could probably say that Miami was the best team in the ACC this year. They just lost the wrong games.
What? They just played a conference championship to decide who was the best team in the ACC.
They just lost the wrong 2 games.
Miami just lost the wrong games.
Duke lost 5 games. They lost to 5 good football teams in Cristobal's work.
You 2 are on SEC brain.
Duke lost the right games
right now.
Duke lost the right games. I mean, hey, you got to know which games. You got to know which games to lose and which games to win.
You sound.
It's a chess match.
Yeah, they're playing chess, not checkers.
It's a football game.
You got to know when to hold them.
AK wants corner jumps and everything in checkers. He wants to bend the rules in checkers.
I'm standing with my chess. What are you talking about?
No, we're playing chess. You're out there. You don't know what you're playing.
Bring your checkerboard out there, pal. See, bring your chessboard out there. We'll go toe to toe. We'll Oklahoma.
Because you play they play those weird rules where you like corner jumps and reverses and all this other stuff.
Get the hell! We don't. The ACC is the best team is Miami. Are you kidding me? They didn't make the conference title game.
They lost the wrong 2 games.
They were the best team. They were the best team in the ACC.
That's
for the ball knower eye test. For the ball knower eye test, Miami looked the best in the ACC. I mean, if you have a ball knowing eye, you would agree. But if you're disagreeing, then that means you don't know ball.
I do know ball. I just watched ball this
Texas
weekend.
Is trying to rile everybody.
No,
up. He doesn't believe any of this.
The eye test was.
I'm okay with this bracket. I'm actually okay with this bracket.
I turned on the TV this Saturday night and I said, "Oh, the ACC championship game. What does my eye test tell me? Miami's not playing. Hey, that's Duke and Virginia. The winner of that game should go to the playoff. That's what my eyeballs told me."
Okay, I think they put in as many conference championships as they felt worthy, and then there's one at large.
Oh my gosh, that's wild logic. Tex lost the wrong games.
It's true though. Duke lost the right games.
True, though. Duke lost all the right games. I'm telling you, you don't.
Wow. The Pittsburgh coach said that. The Pittsburgh coach said that. I don't care if we lose to Notre Dame; they're not in our conference.
It's not an ACC game. Doesn't matter.
But they did lose ACC games. That's why
they lost. They lost the wrong games too.
Hey, they lost the wrong games. They lost too many of the wrong games.
Okay. Any other thoughts on the college football playoff?
Yeah. Can't wait for some football.
No.
And
puke everywhere.
Started talking too early. And I cannot wait for AK's college football playoff derangement syndrome to wear off slowly as he realizes the end of football is nigh. Because we only got less than
a month. We got a month left.
Yeah, we got a month left.
All this time
I'm not complaining about any more football. I'm just not doing it.
J-Bye was. He said he wanted 4 teams. He didn't want the extra playoff game.
Look, no, I said give me those other ones as bowl games. I don't need them as playoff games. Give me the 4 this year. After you told me that that the top 4 were going to be in the semifinals.
Don't put words in my mouth because you said you didn't want more playoff.
You check the tape. You said Texas Tech and Indiana, and Georgia, Ohio State. So you're choosing only the top 4.
Yeah. So let me ask you this then: if you say you only want the 4, would you have the conference winner for each Power 4 conference in there as the top 4?
No, I'm just saying give me the 4 this year. It's clear and obvious that those 4 are the 4 best teams in the country.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying
just give me those 4. Conference championships don't matter to me. They're not important. Look, I
don't even know what I'm going. What slides next, dude? Before I lose my freaking mind over here. Conference championship.
I want to hear where he's going with this. Fully played out, J-Bye.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna make up new rules each year for what the principles are, then what's it matter? Like, if we know who the top 4 teams are in the country, just do a playoff with those 4 teams. The other games can be bowl games.
We've done that.
If we see that we need 12 this year, all right, let's make 12.
I'm pulling Notre Dame. I opt out of watching those games.
Well, all right.
No,
you also said you weren't going to watch the Super Bowl. You did.
I have done that before. I pulled a year where I didn't watch the Super Bowl. Now, I boycotted the Super Bowl and the Rams after Matt got 17 freaking tries from the 3-yard line so they could give an NFC championship. Here's the real top 12, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay attention to that stupid college football playoff committee who doesn't care about.
Oh, wait. First of all, this is the AK committee.
No. Top 12 committee sent, and everybody had their input, and this is what the final rendition.
I didn't get a text till late.
No, Alabama's still in there. Nobody agreed on Alabama.
Nobody said who to put in there.
But I gave you a team. Mizzou,
dude.
AK, hear me out.
No.
You can't put Duke in the top 10 and not put Western Michigan or Boise State.
I was just saying that what team have they kept
Duke's
ranked all year to be a quality loss? To be a quality win. Mizzou. So
Mizzou has the most quality wins for other teams.
Exactly. So they were kept on there to be a quality win for the SEC teams. We all know that.
Catalyst.
They were a low enough rank that nobody could really complain about it because they were just good enough. But they were giving credit.
You could here's the other argument you could spin zone that is that they lost their quarterback for like 3 games.
That too. We never know. So they lost the wrong games once again. See?
Look, here's where I think with this is that you got lazy on it. I'm not going to argue that these aren't the teams that it should be. Just the rankings are wrong. Like,
what do you mean?
Duke's not better than Tulane or JMU. So Duke should be 12.
Duke beat Tulane beat Duke.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
You're not even following the right metrics. Like head-to-head matters. So Duke should be 12.
That before I put it out.
Alabama, Alabama and BYU, they just lost. And they're not conference champions.
Shouldn't be in there.
Tulane and JMU are conference champions, so slide them on down. I'm just moving these other teams up because they won. They didn't lose, so they should be awarded that.
Here's an idea for you. Who won the Big Ten?
Indiana.
All right. Who won the Big 12?
Texas Tech.
Who won the SEC?
Georgia.
Okay, so you're good so far, right?
Right.
Who won the ACC?
Duke.
Why are they not number 4?
Because they had more losses than Ohio State.
Doesn't matter. They won their conference championship. Ohio State.
Look here. The committee.
From 4. Hold on. From 4.
He said conference championships matter.
4, 5, 6, 7.
This is the only
8,
playoff that
9,
has Duke in them.
4 through 9 did not play or win their conference championship, and you had them ahead of.
Whoa! Oregon, Texas A&M, Ole Miss didn't play in their conference title game. Alabama and BYU did. So did Ohio State.
But Alabama and BYU
lost. They lost their conference championship. You gotta put them on the table. Go ahead, stand up. take your belt off and put them on the table and say with your chest, if a conference championship matters, 1 through 4 is the P4 conference championship winners. End of discussion.
Well, look, he also punished Ohio State for losing their conference championship, dropped them 3 slots. He didn't punish Alabama or BYU for losing their conference championship.
Yes, I did. I moved him down. BYU was 4 or 5 last week. Alabama was 6. So
if Texas A&M wasn't in their conference championship, how can they be above Alabama?
Who? What?
Ole Miss too.
I didn't hear the question. What?
If they didn't play in their conference championship, how can they be above anybody else?
Look, I moved them down because they lost. They had a loss.
But so you're punishing
them.
They're
out.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they're out.
Punished them.
They have more losses in the conference than Texas A&M and Ole Miss now.
Look, he had
facts here. That was an SEC game, was it not?
He gave him a warning. He didn't put in time. He gave him a warning.
AK wants to rank everybody like this. 1 is Indiana, 2 is Ohio State, because y'all both went to the conference championship, right? And then you're going to have Georgia and Alabama because you both went to the conference championship, so you get the top 2 ranks. That ain't how it plays out, big dog. If you win it.
You make it to your conference title game, especially if you're a Group of 5 or a ACC school, you're going to be in this. You're going to be in this bad.
Here's a brain surgeon idea. You ready for this?
What?
First 4, P4, conference championship winners, and then you put Group of 5 at 5, right? Bam.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And you can eliminate this 12 bracket system right there. Just go to a 6 or 8 game system.
No. This is it. This is the perfect.
Oh, that's what it is.
Look, we can debate Alabama. That's the only one I'm willing to debate.
What?
And moving Tulane over Duke because they beat them. So
we can debate A&M, Ole Miss, Alabama, BYU.
JMU only has one loss though.
One conference loss.
We can debate it because they didn't go to conference.
It matters if you win or lose. It matters.
AK's he's like soft parenting.
No.
He wants
gentle.
Here's
parenting.
Wait a minute. Here's your participation trophy. Good job. You still get in.
No.
So what AK is saying is they lost the wrong game.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is.
So now,
do you have 1 or 2 losses, or did you win your conference? Okay.
What about did you
Indiana,
lose
no losses.
game?
Texas Tech, 1 loss. Georgia, 1 loss. Ohio State, 1 loss. Oregon, 1 loss. Texas A&M, 1 loss. Ole Miss, 1 loss.
JMU,
Wait a minute.
Loss.
Alabama,
JMU.
2 losses. BYU, 2 losses. Duke,
JMU
5
1
losses.
loss.
Still in. JMU, 1 loss. Okay. Tulane, what? 2 losses.
Why are they 12th? Why are they 12th?
Wow. Okay. 12th? Duke can be moved to 12. We'll make that adjustment.
No,
isn't it
they won the toughest conference in football.
Damn, look at that.
Isn't it ironic that BYU kicked their quarterback out at the beginning of the season? He transferred to Tulane. He takes them to the playoffs, and BYU misses the playoffs.
Wow, that's a great point. Mm-hmm. Revenge. Did everyone take a moment to just appreciate that an atypical team, Indiana, is #1 team in the playoff? It is incredible. And like Texas Tech's up there. It's awesome. Like the new version of college football is awesome. And the problem that the committee has, they can't wrap their arms around it because they don't know what to do with all these teams. Indiana made it easy for them because they beat everybody.
Okay, but Texas Tech had some good years with Mike Leach.
Yes, they did.
Indiana
but it was their first Big 12 title in like 60 years.
So what really? They didn't win? Yeah. They didn't win?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like
that when they beat Texas that year with Graham Harrell.
No, they lost to Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure,
or Oklahoma State. I think it was Oklahoma
State. Yeah, one of those two. That's whenever they were good.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask Max.
So that's our top 12. Also, Notre Dame declines to play in a bowl game. They said, quote, as a team, we've decided to withdraw our name from the consideration for a bowl game following 2025 season. We appreciate all support from our families and fans. We're hoping to bring a 12th national title to South Bend in 2026. What a weak move,
wild way to go out.
What a weak move.
Why they send an email?
Bowl game.
Dude,
just send an email.
It over?
Just send an email.
Dude, what in the – they sent it to Pete Thamel so he could talk like this? You could talk like this. Him and Daryl Johnson could get together and have a phone talk where they speak like the genie out of whenever he's the server, whenever Aladdin's getting his wishes.
If you think that you deserve to get in the playoff that bad, then go out and beat the team that they picked for you to play by 40.
They're taking their ball and going home, dude. They don't want any part of being. They're removing themselves even further. They might apply for the UFL by this rate.
Yeah, I think there's some bylaw in it that if it's Notre Dame's ranked 11th or better, then you have to.
You mean this one?
Yeah.
You don't think the committee has all this stuff ready to roll right off? I knew what you were about to say. Notre Dame will be assured of making the playoff. It's ranked 12th starting next year in the top 12. That's a playoff clause. If the playoffs expand to 14 teams, there are more at-large berths added to the field from 7 to 9. Notre Dame is guaranteed into the field if it's ranked 13th or better, according to the memorandum signed by the CFP last spring.
This is ridiculous, dude.
Like this, so you can say Notre Dame has to be ranked that high, and it's totally subjective. But if you win your conference, it doesn't mean you're in. That is so.
So wait a second. What if Notre Dame has a losing season? They still have to be guaranteed a playoff berth?
No, if they're ranked 13th or better in the AP or CFP or whatever it is. So,
well, speaking of bowl games, I guess it's official now that App State is playing in a bowl game against Georgia Southern.
Let's go.
Now I want my question answered.
Are the bowl games out?
No,
I had App State over 5.5 wins. Does that bet get put back on, open back up by DraftKings?
Are you Undertaker gifting yourself right now? Hey, lean back, baby. Let's go.
He lost it.
Oh, here, and this Ryan Clark. This is what everybody's saying. Miami should be in the college football. They earned it. I love the SEC, but Notre Dame deserves a spot over Bama. Also, to a degree, agree with the decision not to play the. Just like everybody on Twitter is just, they're all mad that Notre Dame's not in. Who cares?
Yeah. Hold on. Go back. There is no benefit to the school, right? That sentence right there is a complete lie, because they get paid millions of dollars to go to a bowl game, even if it's the toilet bowl. They get paid a large chunk of change that could go to NIL to either pay for a kid's school or pay for him to go play. And they're like, yeah, we don't care. We'll get our booster to cover it. So
somebody probably stepped up and said, we'll cover the losses. We're going to stick it to the college football. They're not going to use our name, image, and likeness. They're reverse NIL-ing the bowl season. Is Notre Dame threatening bowl season? Because look, Kansas State opted out, Baylor opted out, Iowa State opted out. Did the Big 12 just kind of all gather around and say, look, in solidarity, we're not playing?
Good for them.
Iowa State's out of a coach. Kansas State's out of a coach.
Baylor's their commissioner.
Baylor's 5-7 though, aren't
they? They just said we're not doing it anyway.
I don't think that
they didn't even get an invite. Like,
yeah,
we're not doing it either.
I think a lot of those teams are declining. The 5-7 teams are declining because their rosters are gone. The people transferring and
everybody's
coaches leaving.
And then also the coaches need to hit the portal as well as recruit. So
do we want to keep going with college football?
Sure. I mean, I could go all night on college football.
Before we go over to our teams and switch gears.
Sure.
Okay. Let's so I'll just hold on. Let's go to the oh whoops, I keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry,
Jesus.
First of all,
dude.
Hey, conference championship weekend, we had it's BS that the Big 12 doesn't have the Dr. Pepper throw it at the giant can challenge. That's garbage as far as I'm concerned. And shout out Jesse for taking one for the team and going team overhand. I thought we were about to have a run.
Yes. I thought it was going to be the old chest pass central again, which is the last couple of years have been the old chest passes. And
that
then
chick Creed, she was trying to chest pass her way to victory, and Jesse was just zipping them in there, buddy.
And then also Dr. Pepper jacked up the jerseys, because I know it's 23 flavors or ingredients or whatever in Dr. Pepper, but usually every year, like 2022, they had 22 jersey. 23, they had 23 jersey. 24, they had a 24 jersey. And this year, they went back to the 23 jersey.
Marketing.
Marketing.
But so I thought, but the girl later ruined it. She was Team Overhand, but she just couldn't get it done. She couldn't get it done. I think it was the ACC championship where the chick was going overhand but lost.
She straight walked off too. Like at Creed, once she found she left, she was like, "I'm out. See you." Going to drink some Crown and this Dr. Pepper.
Shout out Team Overhand, at least in the SEC championship. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We had conference championship weekend, and the scores are here. We had North Texas and Tulane.
That's some good bowls.
Do what?
So there's some good bowls.
Yeah, we're going to do a bowl season pick 'em and a playoff bracket pick 'em. We're going to try to get all that situated. But hold on, let me get my. Here we go. So we had the pick 'em challenge. It was incredible. But we had North Texas Tulane was 34-21. That game Tulane kind of got hosed a little, or North Texas kind of got hosed by that little play on the goal line, and then a couple other things that happened. But Tulane kind of ran away with it. It was raining like hell there too, so
yeah,
Tulane got it done. But that was like a playing game, and of course the Bussin' with the Boys and the Pat McAfee show are like, we don't even know who plays. If they even played a game on it, shut up. Watch football, okay? Watch football. Anyways, next game. Troy, James Madison. That game was tight. J-Bye had the plus 22.5. And by the way, I picked Tulane plus 2.5, never a doubt. Absolute molly-whopped them. You're welcome. That's 1-0. Then we got Troy plus 22.5. They lose to JMU 31-14. It was tight late. JMU had a chance. They could have scored.
They didn't, though.
But they didn't.
Conference championship. Have respect for your opponent.
That's right.
And 3 touchdowns is a lot.
Yeah.
So.
But they did have that scoop and score or whatever it was late, and it was kind of like, oh, no, JMU, don't you.
Yeah, it wouldn't even have been close if it was for that.
So, but Troy fought valiantly. Troy had negative 26 rushing yards. They were throwing snowballs at the punter at JMU, even though they gave App State a hard time. Cowards. And shout out to the JMU running back who went over 200 yards rushing, Wayne Knight. So, next game, Jacksonville State. AKC memes.
AKC, what happened, bro?
I have never sent out so many Undertaker gifts during a game in my life.
Dude, that game was back and forth, and they just absolutely blew that game.
They were down 10-0, and they had a goal line stand at 10-0. They get the ball back. It's a safety. So now they're down 12-0. Jacksonville State is. They punt it, kickoff return. The kicker blows up the dude from Kennesaw State. Ball goes flying in the air. Here comes the challenge. The train's rolling. Jacksonville State rattles off 15 straight. And then Kennesaw State converts on a 4th and 13 with a quarterback run. And then they go there and put the dagger in all of our hearts.
Dude, they made that quarterback for Kennesaw State look like Josh Allen on that last drive.
Oh my gosh, dude! When he took off left, I had to reverse Undertaker gift it. There was nothing I could do. I put him back in the coffin. All out blitz on 4th and 3. I know, man. He went left and there was nobody.
What's Jack State's?
And that
little motto, they're like the friendliest university in the South or something like that. They wasn't too friendly to the betting gods that day. I know that.
Shout out to the dude who hit the quarterback from Jacksonville State because he put him into the 3rd row, like through the kicking net, everything, like just throttle. But we were going wild on Twitter. Me and Jack State memes. We were just GIF after GIF. Undertaker. Ultimate Warrior shaking the ropes. Like we were just, it was a 1997 version of Monday Night Raw on Twitter between us two.
Did somebody do the Shawn Michaels sweet chin music to Ric Flair's? Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I have to end this.
What's it? I did that one a couple weeks ago from somebody. All-time gift. You're right, dude. I mean, Ken Giffey Jr. for sure. And then we had UNLV Boise State. That game actually got tight, but Boise State pretty much dog walked them the entire time. So then we moved to Saturday. First game up was the Big 12 championship. BYU goes on that 14-play, 90-yard drive, 7 minutes, 3 for 3 on third down. When I'm more Undertaker gifts, dude.
You can't Undertaker gift the first drive of the game.
After that,
your team doesn't score on the first drive, then you had some bad play calling.
So after that, they did nothing. I think they had like 80 yards the entire game.
Yeah. And you chastised me for saying that Texas Tech wasn't going to win by 14 or more points.
After that drive, I had my chest out.
Yes.
I had my chest out. But this is also BYU had 5 turnovers. The linebackers for Texas Tech are absolute freak shows. I don't think their offense is good enough, but those 2 linebackers, Rodriguez and the other dude, number 13.
Rodriguez is an animal.
Dude, they're picking balls off one-handed, hitting everything that moves. Like, shout out Texas Tech. I hope they make a run because they are fun to watch. Anything else on the Big 12?
No.
Okay. Bama versus UG, and also J-Vi called it minus 13.5 Texas Tech. Tex called Boise State minus 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now we're sitting at 4-1.
With a really bad beat. I mean, they blew that game.
Yes,
it was the right call. Bad game. And
then I chose Western Michigan minus 2.5, and they routed Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio couldn't do diddly poo.
No,
that was an all-time Coach Lance game. So now we're sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-1 heading into the final 3 games. Bama UGA, that Bama the punt blocked right out of the gate, and then it was on. Bama had -8 rushing yards. UGA even had way more penalties. So normally that game stunk. Gunnar Stockton was pretty good. He had 3 total touchdowns, but we'll see. It was that game was not fun to watch, even though they gave them all the airwaves. Anything else on the SEC title game?
No.
Shout out Tex. You picked Georgia -1.5, minus 1.5. Anything to say about that?
Boom. That one felt good. I knew that they were going to lose twice in a row to Alabama.
Facts.
Especially the way Alabama's been looking. They're not playing good football right now.
Simpson's not been good the last couple of games.
No.
So, then we moved to the 8 o'clock games. We had Indiana. J-Vibe took them at plus 5.5. They win outright, 13-10 in an absolute slugfest. We had the coin toss graphic. I didn't know that they did a coin toss, that they rolled a virtual coin out there, and it shows you both the sides. That was pretty nice. Mendoza got crushed on the first play. Sayin had an INT on the first possession. There was only one first-half touchdown. That was off of the Mendoza interception. So the 2 quarterbacks were kind of feeling their way around.
Yeah.
But Mendoza hits Surratt on the go-ahead touchdown on the slot fade. OSU misses a 4th and 1 inside the 10 with that Sayin sneak. They tried the tush-push, but he was down. Turnover on downs. Then Ohio State has a chance to tie the game late. Wankaroo hook it left from a 25-yarder. And then to seal it, Charlie Becker from Mendoza on a 3rd down, another slot fade. And then Mendoza texts with an all-time post-game comment on Mendoza after the game. What did you say about it, Mendoza?
I said he knew exactly what to do with his hands because he was putting his hands in front of the mic, working around her arms. We came together as a team. We did this, and he knew what to do with his hands like that. And knew exactly. I mean, Ricky Bobby could have taken a full course from him on what to do with your hands in an interview.
I just hope that he has good enough friends that the group chat was on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've given an interview like that. I remember in high school, Friday Night Lights, and I got caught saying the same stuff. Like, we're a great team. We were gelling. Like, we were really gelling. I said it like 15 times.
I bet this was AK during the interview, though. And we went out there, and we were just a really great team. And, thank God for Jamal because I was just throwing it up to him. But we have a really good team. Just messing with his hat the whole time.
I didn't wear a hat. I had my hair gelled, buddy. But I do remember saying like
wristbands.
I wore a lot of wristbands. Big wristband guy.
Look, I knew this game was going to be a 3-point game. The defenses on both these teams were too good for it to get out of control. So, whether it was Indiana winning by 3 or Ohio State winning by 3, Indiana would have covered. So I think that was an easy one for me.
Love it. What an awesome game.
That was a great game.
I love a good defensive battle where teams are just punishing each other.
That felt like what a championship game should feel like.
Yes. Dude, even the ACC game, people are banging on the ACC. What a wild year that was. Shout out to the ACC. Incredible.
I took the toughest
UVA.
conference in football.
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say it was the best watch because you didn't know it was going to happen. I mean, watch the SEC championship game.
Conference in football. You don't know what's going to happen.
Nobody wanted to win that conference.
Everybody wanted to win.
College football is in trouble. Well, you're not watching the D2 games. You're not watching FCS. You're not watching the right football. You want to watch the SEC and be like, this is supposed to be good. Well, turns out those teams stunk. But Duke went on a 15-play, 75-yard, 10-minute drive to open the game, and it was kind of like, they're playing big boy football.
Well, they had to keep the ball out of Virginia's hands.
Yes. Alicia, that's the girl who I wrote it down in my notes. She lost the halftime show. She was the overhand thrower. So we had an overhand run, and she lost it for us. And then Virginia turns around at the end of the game, 10-play, 96-yard drive to put it to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And that couple of questionable calls there to get him to overtime. But they tie the game up, and then they try the worst trick play I've ever seen on the first play of overtime and throw a pick. So, anything on the ACC?
Well, that was my third leg in my Saturday parlay. Was that game? I had Virginia minus.
I was riding with you.
And when I tell you, once that Indiana Ohio State game went off, I was like, man, I am really tired. And I was like dozing off. I was pretty much asleep at the end of that UVA game. And then it went to overtime, and I was like, wait, this parlay's got a shot. Like, we can still win this thing. So then I was back in it, but, oh, my God, I was so tired. That was like the last thing I wanted to happen was overtime.
It was awesome.
I was watching ACC Network before the game, and Dabo and Elliott were on the field, and it was kind of a pretty cool moment where Dabo was like, look, you've been here 7 times the Charlotte ACC championship when you were my assistant. You know, how's it different from the head coach? And, you know, good back and forth there. And I was like, oh, yeah, Virginia's got this in the bag. They don't even need to step on the field right now. And by halftime, I was looking around. I was like, I don't know about this. I don't think this is going to go the way we thought it was.
Duke heard everything that everybody was saying about how it's a joke that they were in the conference, and they just came out and shout out to Mensah too. He was good, but Duke wins 27-20, and that just set everything ablaze after the show. And it was, I don't know why people are just complaining about like the fact that we have this much to argue and talk about is incredible. It's one of the greatest things ever is that we can all sit here and argue and yell at each other about football.
Yeah, we've been going an hour.
Yes, we have. Move on.
That's fire drops a hit.
Hey, but anyways, we finished 7-2 for the college football pick'em.
That's right.
That brings our record to 32-22. 10 games over 500. That's pretty good. That's the way to get hot.
That's a couple units up.
That's pretty good. That's about 60%. So, and we pair that with our NFL picks today, and we are 17-4 in our last 21 picks. I'm telling you right now. Upset alert. Kennesaw State was on upset alert. No. North Texas, yes. Boise State, no. Mercer got absolutely routed by South Dakota.
2 weeks in a row, AK.
I know. Hey, if you want to do upset alert, by all means.
2-4.
You get 6 picks each week.
All right, I'll give them to you.
Tarleton State hammered North Dakota, and then Georgia hammered Alabama. So 2-4.
Ooh.
31
just against the spread, right? Just against the spread.
No, it's straight up.
Rashee Rice just got absolutely killed.
Straight up. So technically,
straight up.
Yeah, I don't know why he puts the spread on there.
I don't know. I should put the money line. I'm not. I just wanted to show people how big of an underdog they are.
Well,
he did get lit up. Oh my gosh!
Southern Illinois beat somebody, and they were like minus 23.5. Oh, they beat North Dakota State in North Dakota.
Hey,
State.
that's my hang the banner.
Oh, I didn't know. Talking about upsets, I was giving you an upset,
dude. Jeez, I don't even know what to do now.
Well, we're not gonna have time for those anyway. Right, we're going.
Okay, let's just do picks of the week. Somebody hit the sump. Hit something. I don't know. Picks of the week. 3-3. Tex had an over. I gave you a spread. J-Vi gave you an under. ButchP gave you a dog. DYLON gave you a prop. Edge gave you a money line. Tex, we start with you. The over. Dude. Hot.
Mm-hmm. Got DYLON running for his life over there.
You do.
Woo.
Tell people who they can't see the graphic if they're listening to the podcast, dude.
Miami of Ohio at Western Michigan over 43.5. And that puppy hit. It slapped.
Slippity slap.
It was a pretty lopsided game.
That did not hit.
They're showing the preview for the Mario Brothers movie?
That did not hit.
It didn't hit?
No. The score was 23-13.
What?
That did not hit.
Dude, I thought it was 30-13.
That still wouldn't have hit. That's still only 43. It was
23-13. Nope.
Wow.
What was I looking at?
You probably thought like me. I thought it was a bigger game than that.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Never mind. Yep, never mind. Yeah. Shoot.
All right. I'm back on the schneid.
My bad, dude. Oh my goodness. All right. The spread was Jacksonville State plus 2.5. That did not hit. So I'm sorry. Back to 500. J-Vi under.
Look, I told y'all this was not gonna go over because it's two defensive teams, and Texas Tech absolutely chokeholded BYU to not let them get any points. This went under easily, as I told y'all. I've turned it on in championship weekend. Get me in the playoffs, and I'll give you wins.
Get out of here, dude.
Let me get in. Let me get in.
Don't complain. Okay, playoffs are starting. I don't want to hear that. I don't care about the first 4 games. Like, no. You can't do that. You can't pull that job. Butch P gave you the Commanders plus 2.5 the Vikings. Nope. DYLON gave you Shedeur over 158 passing yards. That hit because he threw for like 300 and something. Edge.
Yeah.
Virginia minus 166 versus Duke. For the money lines, you are slowly slipping into 500, my friend.
Yeah, I know. I started off hot.
Edge fleeced himself, though. He said he wasn't going to pick any more ACC games because he doesn't know who's going to win those games. And there he goes.
There he goes.
When it mattered.
Couldn't turn it down, man. I thought for sure it was a sure bet that UVA was going to dog walk Duke. And Duke wasn't even going to stand a chance. And, yeah, I got myself, dude. But you know what, though? This because I saw the next slide. Still better than AK's upset advisory. So
picking dogs all week. Picking dogs all year. Every time I lose a dog, I should have to go get a dog.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
You'd probably be divorced.
You get a cat, dude.
No. Don't even go there. Okay. Let's hit the football yay, and then talk about our teams real quick.
All right. I can't get to it.
Come on, dude.
Well, I wasn't ready.
Be ready. Be on your toes.
Football yay.
Okay, our teams. Here we go. We do this every week. After every Sunday, we talk about our NFL teams. I'm a 49ers fan. J-Vi's a Bills fan. Tex and Butch P are Cowboys fans. DYLON's a Vikings fan. Edge is a Carolina Panthers and Clemson fan, and then we're all App State guys. I will go first. The Niners had a bye, but they won the bye week because the Bears lost. It didn't matter if the Bears or the Packers lost. The Niners were still going to be the 6th seed, so the Niners technically move up a spot, and big win for the Niners. 9-4, still 1 game back of the number 1 seed.
No wonder he is such an advocate for these teams that didn't play in their conference championship, because the Niners are moving up spots without even playing. Wow. Makes sense. And the Niners are burgundy and red.
Are college football
sense.
College football and NFL the same? No, they are not. Oh my gosh, CJ Stroud just got picked up and body slammed. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's all I have to say about the Niners coming for the 1 seed. J-Vi, dude,
what a game. We got a snow game.
Incredible.
I will say this, as a Bills fan, it is so frustrating watching the Bills in the first half. The Bills they're like minus 28 points or something, minus 30 points in the first half. But they are plus 80 and first in the NFL in point differential in the second half.
It is
crazy to watch, because in the first half they give up 8 of 10 third downs. They can't get off the field. Bengals can do whatever they want. Mike Gesicki looks like the greatest tight end of all time every single time he plays the Bills. I don't get it. I also think when I watch the Bills, and I'm sure other people feel like this too when they watch their teams, but when I watch the Bills play, I feel like they're playing a man down. The other team always seems to have a wide receiver in an open space with no Bill, and the quarterback always finds him. No Bill can ever get open. Josh Allen always has to make a tight window off-platform throw to get it to a wide receiver. I just always feel like they're playing a man down. The other team has another player on the field than the Bills. But we have Josh Allen. That is all we need to win is Josh Allen.
Especially because James Cook keeps fumbling he fumbled at the goal line twice
on the same drive.
Dude, that throw to Shakir where he threw it right over the linebacker's ear or
shoulder pad. I don't even know how he saw that. How did he see that?
I was like, where's he throwing that? And he stuck it in between Shakir's face mask and his chest plate.
Yeah.
It was a touchdown.
I mean, I was ready to say at halftime, I just hope the Bills don't even make the playoffs. I hope they don't make the playoffs, because the defense can't stop anybody. We put all these resources into our defense. We do nothing to help Josh Allen, and our defense stinks. We can't get off the field. And then the defense comes out and performs like that in the second half, and they do this every single week, and I don't get it, and I'm back on. I'm like, we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Dude, the back-to-back interceptions was...
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, but we do have an issue on defense. Like, that pick was a DB blitz. Then that's the only way we're getting close, if we can get to them, is through secondary blitzes. We're either blitzing the safety from 15 yards back, or we're blitzing a DB and he's getting home. And it's like,
you were lucky to
find a way to get into
under through that.
Yeah, we got to find a way to get to the quarterback. Yeah.
T. Higgins also gets hurt every time he jumps up to catch the football.
Yeah.
He's infuriating to watch.
But he catches everything.
He does. He does. And Dalton Kincaid makes the Bills go. Say whatever you want, but so.
But that run by Josh Allen, I mean, holy cow.
Yeah, that's it, to basically seal it for the touchdown run.
No, the touchdown run.
That was a great open field tackle by Watson for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, Tex. We go back to Thursday night about the Cowboys, who got absolutely shellacked by the Detroit Lions, 44-30. Jahmyr Gibbs completely, is Deron Bland in a skilled nursing facility using a walker because his ankles got broken so bad. What happened there? Tex, please elaborate about the Cowboys.
Supposed to be a circle the calendar revenge game. Put us back on the map game.
Turn it around.
Playoff bump game. Turn it around game. Complete and full turnaround. And the defense forgot to show up in this game. They couldn't stop Gibbs.
They could not stop Gibbs.
Gibbs.
They couldn't stop. Also,
Cowboys don't play well in primetime, though.
J-Bye, you had an all-time comment about text circling stuff.
Yeah, you designated this game as a circle the calendar game, but the only team in our group of friends that circles anything is the Bills because they circle the wagons. And I knew right
out
then.
Of your lane, dude. Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
By the way,
anyway, it was not a good game.
George
Cowboys can't go undefeated in December now either.
Can't.
Nope.
George Pickens quit. He quit, dude.
If you're Bland, do you have to fight Jahmyr Gibbs because of what he did to him?
You got to do something.
You got to do something next year if we play.
Do you know how many times I tweeted the Aaron Rodgers crawling on the ground gif about DaRon Bland? Marv from Home Alone crawling on the ground after he gets electrocuted. That was DaRon Bland.
Yeah, we I don't know, like we're on life support for the playoffs now, so we need help. We need the Bears to lose more games.
Insert that monkey with the oxygen up its nose. Yep.
We need to have a lot of help. A lot of teams got to lose.
Two bones to pick with that game. 2 bones to pick with that game. One, we didn't get enough Temptations halftime show. Really mad about that. Secondly, Schottenheimer has way too many highlighters in his his visor, buddy.
Just get one of those. He just needs one of those pins that you can click a different color on instead of having 15 highlighters.
Buddy, Schottenheimer tried to throw his headset and rip his headset off, and like 7 highlighters fell. He looked like Sonic once he hits a spike and all of his coins go everywhere. Somebody could make a GIF of that. They should. Unbelievable. Cowboys done. It's a real shame. Oh,
man, we can still win the division.
Pentagon, hexagon, octagon, Eagles. Season gone.
we need the Eagles to lose a bunch of games. We need Detroit to lose out. They got a whole bunch of games that need to be lost by other teams.
Yeah, he's scrambling. He looks like Schottenheimer with his highlighters falling everywhere.
Yeah. Seattle's got to lose a bunch of games. We need some help.
Goodness.
We're on life support.
The Vikings, they won 31-0. I didn't watch hardly. I had it on, but I didn't watch hardly any of that game because it was over.
Hey, but you know what? Next Sunday night, it's an elimination game. Cowboys and Vikings are fighting
right,
the playoffs.
You're right.
Elimination game. Whoever loses that game is eliminated.
Live stream.
We need it.
How are you mad if you're a Vikings fan about this win?
What's that?
If you're a Vikings fan, are you mad about this win?
There was just enough JJ McCarthy to be like,
your season's over. Now you're messing up your draft, where you're drafting from, and you're starting to believe in JJ McCarthy again.
Yep.
I think DYLON's 100% mad about getting a win. I think DYLON's probably 100% mad.
He hates winning. Honestly,
yeah,
he hates it.
He didn't try to. If my team won 31-0 and pitched a shutout, oh my goodness, I would be all in the chat.
I'd be like, look.
And the first thing he did was makes a comment about the reigning MVP, Josh Allen, and the reporter after the game.
That's what he does about Purdy. He's attacking all of our quarterbacks.
Why are you not bragging about your team?
Oh my gosh.
They just won 31-0.
Mahomes just got popped. Also, shout out J Bones because he called it. He goes, "We're gonna come up here Monday, and somebody's gonna be yelling, why was Jaden Daniels in the game?" Like he got out the clip and everything. He was because Jaden Daniels got killed on one play, and he was out after that. Oh yeah, BMO. He said, "App's done." Not so fast, my friend. Undertaker gift. Edge, do you have anything to say about Clemson and the Panthers? Panthers tied for first in the division.
Cool.
Sweet.
Do we think the Kansas City Chiefs are tickling the tonsils of Houston Texans right now? Isn't that what Reed said? That he was going to come out there and tickle some tonsils?
Dude, he's about to get killed. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, my gosh. They went for it on 4th and 1 inside their own 40. Holy smokes. Okay. App State, not done. Undertaker gif again. They're taking the last bowl bid, baby.
I love this.
We're playing
I'm back
Georgia
on the App
Southern.
State bandwagon.
Hey, I'm all in. I haven't. I mean, how am I supposed to fill out a bracket?
That's our motto. Anybody, anywhere, anytime.
That's right. I'm glad we took it. Forget you, Notre Dame.
7+ teams decline an invitation. Hey, we'll strap them up.
You don't love ball.
Well, they might be. My phone might be ringing to get that six COVID year because we might not have enough players. But hey,
that's right. All of them.
Mr. Automatic, let's go.
Wait a minute. Players are opting out of this bowl?
No, they're already declaring their transfer portals. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But if there's 7 teams that declined the invitation, so that means the app was number 8 in the selection and said, yeah, we'll take it.
7+ teams. They could have been like number 15.
Yeah, they
crisis.
But hey, anytime you let us play Georgia Southern, throw the records out. This is 0-0.
Rivalry. We should have beat them. We owe them.
And the Birmingham Bowl is smart. So really, that win in a couple of weeks ago doesn't matter at all. Throw it out.
Yeah, I mean, we had Oklahoma, Alabama a couple weeks ago. Why can't we have App State, Georgia Southern?
Revenge game. All right, who's ready for the fastest 5 minutes in sports? Because in the headline we have NFL scores, and we talk hardly any NFL.
Here we go.
That's
where
okay.
AK goes by every team.
Yeah, he does it so he can talk about the games. So his Sunday wasn't wasted.
You're right. Pretty much. I take notes, dude. I like taking notes when I'm watching football. It's one of my favorite things to do. I don't ask for a lot. Promise you that. By the way, shout out the Celtics. Celtics are 1-0 on the hardwood. Saturday morning, we went in there 18-16. Defensive clinic. Coaching basketball at that age is pretty hilarious because the kids just not a lot of dribbling happens, and the refs are pretty lenient.
Travel.
So, yeah, a lot of travels.
Do you call travel out loud if a kid makes a shot?
I'm yelling at him you gotta dribble, man, dribble. Nobody wants to get under the basket either. So this next weekend, I might bring some football dummies out there and get one of those drills like Jameis Winston had to run through, where you cover up and make them stick their arms out and run through the tunnel and be like, you got to get through, you got to get in there. Don't be afraid. So why did I share this one? What's going on here? Oh, wait, there it is. Okay. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Seahawks 37, Falcons 9. Basically, what happened here?
Wrong screen again, bro.
I don't know why it's not showing. It's so weird. I don't get it. Seahawks 37, Falcons 9. This game stunk, by the way. It was terrible. Basically, it was
Falcons
the Sam
stink.
Darnold. What?
Falcons stink.
They do stink. Basically, Sam Darnold had 3 touchdowns. He didn't look that great all game. Jackson Smith and Jigba was pretty good. 2 touchdowns. Kickoff return for Shaheed. That's pretty much it. Game of the day, Titans-Browns. This game was wild. The Browns are complete idiots. I don't know what that 2-point conversion play that they ran, because Shedeur Sanders, 364 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Titans suck, but Tony
Pollard had a day. Holy
had
cow.
a great day. I'm all flustered because my screens were switching up there. That was weird. Snow game here, too. Tennessee had a season-high 31 points in Cleveland. That was crazy. The Browns had a punt blocked with 8 minutes to go. They were trying to give the game away, basically. And then they came all the way back, touchdown to Fannin in the end zone, and then they ran the worst 2-point play ever. So they ruined the whole Shedeur gets his moment, which was kind of funny. So, because Stefanski, it looks like he called a play so bad that he just, sabotaged him. Which was pretty funny. So, all right, next game. We already talked about the Bills, Commanders, Vikings. We talked about that one. Dolphins, Jets. Didn't really watch this one. Dolphins win 34-10. Tyrod Taylor got hurt. Brady Cook came in, Mizzou's finest, and the Dolphins blew him out. And the Dolphins are still in the hunt graphic.
They've won 4 in a row.
They won 4 in a row, dude. They're putting up points now. Devon Achane got hurt, though. So if you're a Dolphins fan, you're sitting here watching this game as the Colts head into a free fall. Woo! Dude, the Texans are going to win this game. Holy smokes. But Then we go down to the NFC South. New Orleans Saints go into Tampa Bay where it was absolute monsoon. Okay. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24-20. The Bucs look weird. I don't really know what to make of it. Tyler Shuck had 2 rushing touchdowns. And he outdueled Baker, essentially. I don't know what the Bucs are doing. They're about to blow the NFC South. The
Baker's
Panthers
hurt. They don't have all their wide receivers either, do they?
No. They have enough. I mean, Godwin's playing. They had Egbuka.
Yeah,
Mike
but they
Evans
don't know
is
how to
out.
play together.
They got Bucky Irving back. I mean, they're just falling apart. So Baker's hurt, and that's what's killing him. Next game, Jaguars Colts 36-19. Jaguars back in the driver's seat. Danny Dimes blew his Achilles out, non-contact injury. Riley Leonard came in. Didn't know he was the backup. Anthony Richardson's way down. So Jags were wearing their awesome uniforms, the throwbacks. That was cool. And some old guy got run over by Michael Pittman on the sideline. I hope he's okay. ETN had 2 touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence played okay. This game was rainy too.
That was a pouring rain game.
Colts are frauds. We've been saying the Colts are frauds for weeks, have we not?
Yeah.
Okay. Steelers 27, Ravens 22. This game was Rodgers had his first rushing touchdown since 2021. Lamar had a horrible interception. He played awful. There was a really bad call on Isaiah Likely where he caught it in the end zone, took 2 steps, and then they knocked it out, and they called a no touchdown. That was the go-ahead. And then Baltimore missed a 4th and 5. I don't know. They look awful.
Baltimore's first in that division.
Not anymore. Pittsburgh is.
I mean, it's Pittsburgh. That's what I mean.
Yeah. It's like, what are you talking about? Richardson is hurt, broken eye orbital. How? That guy's always hurt.
He probably got punched in the face.
Probably. But the Lamar looks awful. I know everybody's like, oh, he's hurt. Well, then don't play. We've seen him not play. Yeah. Like, we've seen him just quit.
Yeah.
So, shout out Broncos Raiders. The only thing you need to know about this, 24-17, the Raiders got into field goal position late with like 3 seconds left.
Yeah.
And Pete Carroll kicked a field goal. The Raiders were plus 7.5.
Love that.
So it was 23. It was 24-14. The Broncos were minus 7.5. Pete Carroll kicks the field goal in Vegas. Raiders cover plus 7.5.
Love that.
Incredible. Game of the day, supposedly. The Chicago Bears lost to the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. Caleb airmails his first 2 balls on the opening drive. Christian Watson went absolutely bananas in this game. I do have to give credit to Caleb Williams on the comeback when they tied the game. He had 2 really good throws on the sideline to his tight end and one to his Zacchaeus where they scored. But he's like Zoolander, dude. All he can do is roll right. If you let him roll right, he will throw an absolute missile down the sideline.
It's Josh Allen.
Yeah. But then he throws an interception to lose the game. So Jordan Love played pretty good.
Moore was open in the middle too.
Yep. But people are going to get on here and be like, wow, Caleb Williams, he'll do things that'll make you go, wow. But at the same time, he'll miss wide open people and he'll throw it over their heads and so those plays where he does the rolling right and throwing it sideways and all that stuff are not enough to overcome the fundamental things that he should be doing.
The Packers are a tie away from being the number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm. So the Packers have won the tie against the Cowboys right now.
Yeah.
Cowboys lost the tie. Sorry, Tex. But Christian Watson, Jordan Love made a bunch of good throws down the stretch. So there was a huge collision by Mononga and one of the linebackers too. Crazy. And then the Rams just absolutely destroyed the Cardinals. I just wrote down Puka game. Puka went off. There you go.
He mossed somebody.
He's fun to watch. 7 receptions, 167 and 2. So, and that's the fastest, however many minutes that was. I think that was 5 minutes. Good for us. We did it.
At least 30 minutes.
No, that was like 5 minutes. Come on. Have some class. The only other hang the banner I had was for North Dakota State. That game was freaking incredible. Did you guys see that?
No, I saw a highlight.
Unbelievable. Let me get to it real quick. North Dakota State came in riding a 16-game winning streak with 95% chance to beat Illinois State, but Illinois State pulled off an upset. That's their first home loss since September 30th, 2023, when they played South Dakota. It's crazy because there's going to be a new champion in FCS for the first time since 2011. It's not going to be North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Sam Houston, or James Madison. So Illinois State was down by like 14 in the fourth quarter. They came all the way back and then hit the 2-point conversion. It was incredible. Shout out to that quarterback with all the Cardinals all over his helmet, too. Baller. Unbelievable. All right. Anything else?
No.
Oh, also, hang the banner because the Eagles now have a weird bunny in their locker room.
Bunny?
Yeah. They have – the Eagles have the good vibes, the positivity rabbit in the locker room. It's like this giant inflatable. I'm not.
Okay.
It looks like he's holding a cigar.
Looks like something that somebody picked up on their night out.
For sure.
Well,
all right.
That's episode 340. A lot of college football, but that's great. We love college football. Anyways, we'll be back later this week with more pick'em and more bowl challenges, I believe. We'll have to figure that out.
All right.
Everybody stay safe. Go Niners.
Go Elk.